Now, the government has introduced this notion of the Nationality and Borders Act, where you create an offence of illegal entry. Now, that matters because it makes a criminal of anyone who comes to this country who hasn't taken a legal route if they haven't got permission. Would you scrap that offence if you win the election?
Well, it's not working, is it? So
that wasn't the question. Would you scrap it?
It's important to look at what the government has done. So they promised a whole series of things in their Nationalities and Borders Bill. They promised that they would make it a criminal offence. They promised that it would stop the boat crossings. They promised that it would break the business model. They promised that it would cut the number of boats and that everybody would be returned. In fact, the opposite has happened.
But Yvette Cooper, I'm asking you a very specific question. I know, but if you were Home Secretary, the government has introduced this concept, this offence of coming to this country and taking an illegal entry. Would a Labour government scrap that offence? It's really important for all the reasons that you've been saying, but it's a very specific question. Would you scrap that offence?
It is, but it's important to see why it is not working, Laura. So the reason
well, if it's not working, why wouldn't you scrap it?
Then let me finish the point. It's important because it is not working. What you've seen instead is an increase in the number of boats. You've seen a drop in the number of decisions being taken, longer delays in the system, and all that they've done is ramp up the rhetoric. So what it shouldn't be is a criminal offence for someone to arrive from Ukraine who has been fleeing persecution and conflict.
Well, Ukrainians can come here legally, Yvette Cooper, as you well know.
But if they don't have the right papers, then they are effectively committing a crime.
But if, as
that
you
doesn't
say,
make any sense and it doesn't help. So we don't think that is what the arrangement should be, and that was what we voted against. We voted against the Nationalities and Borders Bill because all it's done is increase the rhetoric and it's actually made the problem worse.